Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Shem YAHAWASHI, Shem Rakwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, for no son, shalom to my Akim. All Parthim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this foul captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. His brother Kyle coming at you with no lesson. And I just saw this brother's video on his stream that he had on actually a lot of different things. He already does not remember it, or it comes back to me when I bring out these precepts. But there's a lot that comes into it, and the first thing is how, in general, he spoke on the morality of, not necessarily morality, well, I guess morality, sure, of the people in the world compared to the people in the truth, where there is a gigantic divide in how people treat one another in the world and amongst brothers. Because the thing is, amongst brothers, we are expected to deal with each other as per what the scriptures say, and not doing so, that's a very big thing. Speaking of, that also reminds me of this video that I saw just yesterday. This brother's video says the average Hebrew is bugged out. I'm gonna link this in the description as well. As a matter of fact, good watch as well, because there are Israelites or people that claim to be Israelites, all right, that they don't really act like, they don't actually hold true to the values that we are supposed to be keeping as Israelites, as well as just they're half in the truth, or they believe something else, or they pick and choose what they want to believe and whatnot, X, Y, and Z, where that is a very big issue, where you have these Yah Israelites and such that say that, oh, the white man is
I
not
don't
the
know why
devil,
this been
so
coming
the
up.
white man can be saved and stuff like that. Which yeah, actually, it's a lot of these. I think it's at least two videos. I'm pretty sure where they say, oh, over here. Let me let this play. I'll let this play so you can hear it.
Do what I say, read some of
Bear
the
with me one
can't be
moment.
saved. As a Hebrew Israelite, I want to say I'm not better than anybody on this planet. Y'all have to stop comparing me to the quote-unquote Jews in Jerusalem and the Hebrew Israelites screaming that Gentiles can't be saved. I wholeheartedly believe Gentiles can be saved if they grab on the skirt of a Jew. Zechariah 8:23. That's not.
Okay, so yeah, basically this video is not gonna be just proving that, but I just want to show, because this brother already just proved it. Probably, I don't remember. But yeah, that's basically the thing where, well, no, I don't think that was the topic, because we've already made videos talking about this stuff and disproving it. But the thing is that in general, with us, we are supposed to be studied in literally all these different things, and knowing what each and every the answer is to all of these different types of questions that they may ask. Like for this guy, he says, oops, Slakia. Children of Zion do not squabble, which is objectively just dumb, and it lacks understanding. He doesn't understand the true, full meaning behind, who are actually brothers and sisters in the truth and whatnot. Where he just thinks that, oh, well, just because you're black or whatever, you have to be cool with other black people. Well, no, there's so many different problems with that, and we're not going to be united until, yeah, Osaki. Again, getting off topic, but let's go back into the original topic, the dream that this brother had. Basically, with that being said, the the first one was oh yeah, the morality and how people conduct themselves. The way we're supposed to be conducting ourselves is through righteousness and through following after Yahweh and Shai. All right. So with that being said, Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 1 verse 5, the word of the Lord is most high. The word of Yahweh, most high, is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments. Basically, the word or the commandments of Yahweh Bashmi Shai are wisdom, as well as the things that are righteous, and it's the commandments are wisdom, basically. Okay, so following after the ways of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, that is wisdom, that's righteousness, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, which is going to lead onto everlasting life, in which in turn equates it to being wisdom. So with that, So with that, um, that's where that first thing is, where people they they disqualify, the understanding of, let me actually get this instead. All right. Oh wait, hold on. I think I have it. Yeah, here. Um, Proverbs 16 verse 17. Proverbs 16 verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay, so that's the thing. And I also want to get this just to further support it. Jeremiah chapter 15 verse 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Where for what's going on is how what's going on here is how the Lord will make it so that even the enemies, all right, even our enemies will not want to seek out to attack us and whatnot. So when we are doing what we're supposed to be doing, even people that absolutely just hate us, they won't even feel compelled to do it. The Lord's going to, and the reason why is because this Psalm 17:13, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Basically, the sword of YAHAWAH is the wicked. The wicked is the one that's going around executing judgment on everyone. So if we are doing well in the eyes of Yahweh, then we don't have to worry about his sword or his judgments coming upon us, because we are doing the best that we can to please Yahweh. Now let's also get this. Proverbs 12 verse 21, there shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. And that's further comfort further confirmation, where if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, trying to follow Yahweh, that's where the Lord's not going to make any evil fall upon you, right? So it's literally just a matter of you know what, you're not causing any trouble. You're not looking for trouble. You're trying, even when there's trouble, you're trying your best to what's it called? What's the word called? Appease the wrath. Let me get this. Agree. Matthew 5 verse 25, agree with that adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Basically, when people are trying to create conflict with you, you just have to just say, okay, yeah, you're right. I see what you mean. X, Y, and Z. Just sure, whatever. Just agree with them. Try to appease them. Try to make them shut up and leave you alone. So then they will say, okay, well, fine. Since you agreed, you just kept quiet, I'll just let you go, I'll leave you alone. But you have to understand and move in wisdom, not in just wickedness. Okay, obviously, like you have to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. Okay, there are certain things that you can say, like, okay, well, yeah, I see this point of view, I see this thing. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna agree with this person, so he can leave me alone, and I'm not gonna be a part of his hit list and whatnot. And then that's where you're able to just make it through certain situations where other, like, say for example, you're having to deal with the police, just saying that, okay, sure, whatever, yes, officer, this, that, and you're cooperative, and then that's when they say, okay, well, you're free to go, rather than trying to find an excuse to attack you and whatnot. Of course, there are maybe times when they provoke you, but um, overall, you should be trying to, you should be constantly trying to de-escalate this a situation if it is trying to get to be there. All right. So yeah, the next thing was, the next thing he said was when he was backed into a corner. All right, and that's another thing where when he's backed into a corner and people are trying to attack him and whatnot, what he did was he just had faith, and the Lord delivered him out of that situation, which led into this 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 John 14 verse 12. Verily I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go on to my Father. Basically, the spiritual powers that Yahawashi did, all right, we're going to copy them. We're going to be able to do the exact same thing. So as a result of that, this was what happened in his dream, where he gained spiritual power. He was able to fly up in the air, do some sort of stuff and whatnot, where the Lord's gonna do that at times, with his with his with his elect, in order to deliver them out of situations that may be, there's, you can't just de-escalate it and whatnot. All right. Um, Matthew 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And that's basically the thing where we have to try our best to be perfect, so that. And let me get this. Let me get this. This is also a good precept. I pray I remember the placement. It's Proverbs 12. Proverbs 12, verse 28. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. Basically, when you are following after the righteousness, if you're trying to be perfect, like Yahawadah and MANASHAH is perfect, then that's where there's not going to be any death. You're not going to face any death. You're not going to experience that. The Lord's just going to, help you go smooth sailing through the thing. That's why we're trying our best to be perfect. Okay, that's why it's possible to be perfect, and that's why we're working towards being perfect. All right. Luke chapter. No, hold on. Where's the other one? Oh no, yeah. I did. Luke chapter 10, verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. That's basically what happened with him in his dream when uh when he was about to get attacked and whatnot. They were trying to. He said that there was two people that were trying to do something to him, and what happened was the Lord delivered him because he was backed into a corner, but the Lord made it so that, okay, but here's the spiritual power. I'm not gonna let anyone touch you because you are a righteous uh, uh, man following after my ways. So of course, that's where the Lord's going to protect us and intervene in certain scenarios. All right, if He doesn't do it subtly, He'll do it directly. Okay, that divine intervention. Psalms 37 verse 40. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in Him. And this is all this divine intervention, as I like to call it. It is in it is all to it is all towards those that trust in the Lord Yahweh and Shah. So with all praise, blessing was edifying, I will give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawadah, Hashem, Baruch Dash, give honor to the elders and apostles, great no son of God, and Shalom.